Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we have our account update for December 2023. I am pre-recording this, so TBD on one thing in here. You guys are going to have to wait and see what I decide to do. But before we get into our account update, let's first and foremost like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know your thoughts. I always ask you guys to do that. It's very much appreciated. And we've got to thank our channel members so much again. I know some players complain that I do this when I do, but I think it's important that I give these guys their flowers for supporting this channel. Again, if you're ever interested in joining, that link is always in the video description. And again, guys, thank you again for all of your support and putting your faith in me to give you good content in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let's get in here and let's talk about, hold on a second here. I got to switch this up a bit. There we go. Okay, now it's back to normal. So let's get into the, what's happening, right? What's been happening in the account. So, big things that we did this month. When we go to our actual farms here for 2023, we completed our unaligned force user faction. We've got them all at the relic levels they want. Definitely still some modding work to do here, particularly on Cal and Seer. We're getting there. The reason I went for Cal's mods a bit more is because he's got health mods. So he's gaining far more benefit from me taking those to 6E comparative to Seer, where she's got protection mods. So I prioritized her diamond and her square over other ones because she's not gaining quite as much there comparative to Cal. They're both gaining a lot of good secondaries. Cal's also gaining some ridiculous stuff on the primary. So big news there. Otherwise, the only other thing, this is what I said, hey, potentially what could happen this month. I'm really debating taking my profundity to 7 stars. I'd only need to do 1 refresh for this. This was kind of pushed because I made it into Kyber 1 in Grand Arena. Let me just show you guys that. That was definitely a big deal. I posted a video about it. But we are officially Kyber 1 right now. I don't know. I think I'm going to yo-yo in Kyber 1 a lot right now. I think that's going to be what's happening. But having a 7-star profundity would be a big deal for me. For Grand Arena, one of the big things that always happens is that I end up always losing, say, 4 banners when I use this ship because my opponent with a 7-star, if they bring the same amount of reinforcements as me, they have an extra open slot, which is 4 extra banners. So I'd love to get this ship. I would argue here, and this is something I would say that I'm very proud of myself for doing. Like, I only just took my Sith Assassin to Relic 6. She's still not even Relic 7. I don't even know if I can pull the Relic 7. But I've always been as bare minimum as I can with fleets. I think that's one of the things that I've tried to do with my account is that I don't want to overinvest in fleets because I've seen so many of my fleet shard mates go crazy in fleets. They put all these relic levels on there, and then what happens is the meta changes. And it takes them significantly longer to respawn. And then they over-respawn. They overcompensate. And it's continuous. And what happens is they overcompensate, which, funny, right? But they put so much into their fleets that then the rest of their roster kind of falls to the wayside. That, you have a Relic 8 Sith Assassin or Relic 7 Sith Assassin or Relic 8 Bossk, some IG-88s. And that sounds great until you start getting down to the nitty gritty and you realize that you're missing a galactic legend or two because you've done those things. And I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I'm just being honest with you guys on what I do and the reasons I've done it. I recognize that my fleet arena is important, but I could lose. I make more in Grand Arena than I do Fleet Arena right now. I've proven that. I have a whole spreadsheet. It's linked somewhere in my Discord. One of my mods can find it. But I have a whole spreadsheet. Actually, you know what? I might be able to pull this up in a second here. It is a really good thing. Let's pull this up here. Again, I know this is kind of a tangent, but it makes sense. Yeah, here we go. So, fleet versus GAC crystal income here. Just to show you that if you get first place every single day in fleets, you get 400 crystals a day, which over a month on just 30 days is 12,000 crystals. If you win 5 of your 9 matches, right? You win 5 and you lose 4. Until you reach Kyber 5 and do that, Fleet Arena is more lucrative. Obviously, I'm up in this bracket. So I'm over here. This is where I am. So I'm getting, say, roughly 15,000 crystals a month from Grand Arena compared to 12 out of Fleets. So it is better for me to be investing more of my time into Grand Arena. And that's kind of a big part of this account update, is that it's one of the reasons I don't want to be, like Profundity would be a GAC thing, that I'm losing areas in Grand Arena that maybe I shouldn't. So that's definitely a big thing. Otherwise, I would say one area that I've been really, really struggling in is that since I've done all these big ticket items, I'm really low on Kyratex. I accidentally crafted this piece, which pisses me off so much. I was so pissed I pressed that craft button. I pressed it and it was immediate regret. But I'm definitely low on Kyratech. Post, doing Cal, Seer, Malicos. It's been a lot of Kyratech out the door recently, and I definitely need some time to kind of recuperate, build those stores back up, because we do want to go for Darth Bane. Darth Bane being the big thing that we need to go for. But then in reality, that it starts to sink in a bit for me that the vast majority of the characters I have left to gear are ones who need Kyratex. Think of Marin, Chieftain, Armor, Warrior, Trip Zero, Saw, Paz, Sana, Tarful, Hondo. Like, all these characters outside of L3 need a lot of Kyratex. So I'm going to really have to start paying attention to Kyratex, really having to put a lot of effort there to make sure that I'm keeping a balance between the shock prods and the computers, because you do need more of the shock prods, but you can't ignore the computers. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm spending an equal amount of time there, an equal amount of resources, because I can't afford to fall behind on Kyratex, or else I will be doomed, especially if I'm trying to compete in Kyber 1 moving forward. Now, I have talked about my 2024 secret plans, so again, we're getting closer to this. Again, I told you, be fully complete in 2024. Still need a lot of modding to do here. Then getting our priority shard farm. So I don't need to cover all that stuff. I'd say the next big thing that I'm going to be working on again is mods and calibrations. Like, I was doing some really good stuff on Cal Kestis' mods here, like this one. It makes me so mad that I got like the 5, it's frustrating because there's nobody else I can put this on, because nobody else can stomach 4 speed only, right? But it was nice modding these characters where I could pay attention to stats other than just raw speed. That was really, really nice. That was a big breath of fresh air for me, because I am someone who's just constantly almost overwhelmed with trying to get speed. So to be able to focus on some characters who want other stats was really, really nice. And then the other thing I would say that I'm going to start considering here is I need to go back through some of my older characters like Maul and Darth Vader and updating their mods to be a bit more current. I think some of the mods on my older characters are a bit outdated, and I need to work on getting those things back up to snuff, because as this game has changed, you need to make sure that you're changing your account as well. So otherwise, guys, that is the account update for 2023. Or I guess the last account update for 2023. Again, filming this a bit early, so stay tuned on whether or not I have the balls to do a refresh of Profundity for 1,000 crystals. Otherwise, I really appreciate all of you so much. This will be my last video recording for 2023 unless something crazy happens. Trying to record a bunch of stuff going in this holiday weekend with New Year's Eve coming up. I cannot stress how much I appreciate every single one of you. 2023 has been an amazing year. I've been so blessed. I thank you guys so much, and I thank, my wife for putting up with all the craziness that, is me creating content in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And thank you guys for pushing this stuff. I mean, I remember New Year's Eve last year was when I officially hit 2,000 subscribers. So we're now over 7,000 subscribers this year. Let's push to get over 10,000 in 2024. I love all of you. If you're still watching right now, 10K in the comments. 10K in the comments. I want to see 10Ks in the comments if you're still watching right now. I love all of you. May the Force be with you. And I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.